What's up, everybody? This is Jason, the Jason, doing a response video for my man down under in Florida in the old FL. Response video for him for his 100 to 200 subscriber contest video giveaway. And I guess I should tell you my name on YouTube is Zombie Collector, but you already know that. He had a really cool idea. He said he wanted you to show off the 5 most, meaningful cards in your collection, the ones that have bring back the most happiness for you. And I think that's a really cool premise because at the end of the day, so many of us get caught up in the most rare cards, the most expensive cards, the cards that give the most shock and awe to people in your collection or just people in general. And sometimes we get away from the ones that have the most value in your heart and in your memory bank. For Raphael, he's a really cool guy, hidden gem. He's one of those few guys I actually know, like outside of YouTube. He gives me a call. I give him a call a few times a month. We text, we email back and forth. We're always communicating through our YouTube channels with each other. And he's one of the great guys out there. He's a football coach in his hometown there. He's obviously a family man. His wife's involved, Mrs. Hidden Gem, with his videos a lot. And you can just tell like he has a real passion. He's only been back in the collecting world since May or June of this year. So he's relatively new to the community and just collecting, in general, and maybe the YouTube world of collecting more than just like you just collect on your own by yourself. So, he wanted to do this video. I definitely wanted to support him and do this video as well for him. As you all know, I'm a talker, so I will try to keep this down. But he wanted you to show 5 cards that had the most meaning for you, and so I'm going to try to give a couple minutes per card, and not make this a 20-minute video because no one likes a 20-minute video for the most part. So, anyways, the first one up is this one you probably have seen in the past. This came from Alex Bowman 53. Now, this one has multiple meanings. 1, because it is a card that I really wanted. 2, because of this grade of card, and it being, a slab card, and it being a 10, and because I'm an Ichiro collector, and this, to me, maybe to other people, this is like, yeah, it's a cool card, but really what put it over the edge, aside from Alex's pure generosity, is my son's reaction to opening this up. And I know that Pepino Man mentioned that he wished I would have filmed it, and I really do. I wish I would have filmed it because his reaction was priceless. I mean, he was like jumping up and down. He was like, couldn't even hardly speak. He was like, "You're not going to believe this, Dad. Oh my gosh, this is great." I mean, he just went through the whole rigmarole, with it all. And so this card holds a special memory and has a good place in my heart for, like I said, the generosity of this community through Alex, as well as just my son's overall reaction, which is, like I said, absolutely priceless. So that's, whoa, almost dropped it. It's so priceless I snapped it in half. So there's that one. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm just going to leave that out. That was hilarious. Throughout the 80s, my dad and my brother and I would go to card shows. And I know I just listened to Bob's video about how card shows were like every weekend. And around here, luckily in Indiana, there still are almost every weekend around me at least. So if I really want to hit up a card show, there's not one too far away. But we all know back in the 80s and the early 90s, they were like literally every weekend. They're all over the place. You can have one like 2 or 3 in a big city to have a couple in small towns. It's just the way it was. So 2 cards in particular kind of hold a special place in my heart for that. And one is this Tony Gwynn 1983 rookie card. I just remember with my dad and my brother, Tony Gwynn being one of our favorite players. Just, my dad's always been one of those guys who was like, would support us whatever we wanted to do. So, I was really big on Tony Gwynn and his rookie cards and him just being a player. And my dad was like, yeah, man, we'll let's go look for that card. We did this with tons of rookie cards, and I'm going to show another one here in a second of another guy. But this Tony Gwynn was just like huge for me when I was growing up. And being able to get this with my dad and my brother at those card shows, just like going over boxes and cases and just talking to guys and trying to work out a good deal. My dad's one of the first guys who ever taught me the art of the deal, not from Donald Trump, but my dad, and how to work a good deal and how to negotiate, because it's all about bartering and saying, I can't do, like, let's say that car was $30 or whatever, and I was like, I can't do 30, but would you do 18 or whatever? And he was one of the first guys who showed me, if you're willing to put forth a little bit of effort, you can get a pretty good deal on stuff. With that being said, the next one up is my 1983 also, Wade Boggs Topps card. Again, has a lot of memories for me. Another player I loved growing up as a kid. Rookie card here as well. My dad and I, my brother, again, going to car shows, mostly in Louisville, Kentucky, and also the Green Tree or the River Falls Mall in Clarksville, Indiana, were like the three biggest like hits up. A couple hotels in Louisville we'd go to. But again, Wade Boggs, trying to track this card down. I mean, 1983, I'm like, I don't know, 5, 6 years old probably. So, I'm looking for this card because I'm a big fan of Wade Boggs. And it might have been a few years after that. Might have been 7 or 8. But, going back a few years earlier to try to find this card. And that was like a big deal for me. And so, talking about big deals, we got Luca over here popping in.
This fits me just so you know.
Oh, it does? Good.
The tag is...
So, you got to take the tag off, dude.
I know. Mom told me not to take the tag.
All right. And so, sorry, we had like a personal moment together. Oh. Next up, we have this card. You all have seen this card before. And this is from Bob Smith. Again, he's another, we're talking about just generosity. I literally mentioned a few videos before I ended up meeting up with Bob for the first time. How I really want to get the Don Mattingly rookie card of his Don Russ. However, I didn't have the Fleer card. And this is another one of those cards when I was a kid growing up. It was just so hard to get. If I got it, my dad still has, or if my dad got it. So it wasn't really my card. And so Bob just surprised me with this card, and it was just absolutely stunning. I mean, again, generosity. Just like with Alex, and there's so many people in the community that has done so many great things for me and my son already. That just this year, I mean, we're beyond blessed. But just the generosity of Bob. He didn't know me from anybody. I mean, I could have been a weirdo, which I am a weirdo, but I could have been like a real weirdo.
I'm a bigger one.
Yeah, and he's a weirdo junior, WJ, weirdo junior. But, just to know that he took the time and thought about it and to say, you know what, we're going to hang out. We're going to just talk about life and cards and just hobby and just family stuff. And then he'd turn around and say, hey, before we leave, let me give you this. I think you would appreciate it. I mean, again, this is amazing. And this card holds a very close spot in my heart. And then lastly, the reason why I held off on this video until now, because I could have showed you a cornucopia, as any of us could, of cards that mean a lot to you. But I held off on this because I was hoping this card would come in. And we all know how Topps does. Sometimes it could be like 6 to 8 weeks. It could be 6 months. And you just never know. Now, my son's over here just being distracted to me. Like he's doing anything he can to try to be a part of this video and to distract. So, but here's this really cool thing. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you all remember Luca opening up some of the Topps 2018 archives. And he pulled out a redemption card. And at first, for him, and I knew what they were. I've never opened one up in a product that actually mattered because I always open them up maybe like years later when you can't get anything for it. But he opened this up and he looked at it just like this, white card with a number on it and a person's name. And he's just kind of like, what is this? So I didn't really get to see what it was. And then he showed it to me and I realized it was a redemption card. Now, the player, again, isn't like a biggest name. And it's not about the name. It's about the experience I had with Luca. He was so excited once he knew what this was. He was like, what? I'm going to get an autographed card? Like, I opened it up out of the pack. Like, he picked the box. He's the one that grabbed the pack out of the box and opened it. It had nothing. I had zero to do with me. The only thing it had to do with me was my money. And so he was like so excited. But, he doesn't know who Joey Cora is. It was before his time. But the fact is that just, again, to see the excitement and just the overall just like giddiness to knowing that you're going to get something cool in the mail. So this came in the mail today. I told all this story to say. It came in the mail yesterday, I should say. Yeah. And Luca was like, I think you got something special in the mail, Dad. I think you got a care package.
They always open the mail.
Because Luca, every time Luca gets to the mailbox before me, he's always like excited to see if there's any care packages or anything in the mail. And he's like, I think you got something. And since it came in like a box I'd never seen before, like a little envelope, I was like, I don't think it's from anybody in the YouTube community because I've never seen anything like that. But anyways, I looked at it and it said from Topps, and I'm like, oh, it has to be this card. So he, of course, wanted me to get the package ready for him. And then he was like, let me see it, what it is. And so he opens it up, and he's like carefully opening the package. He's carefully undoing the bubble wrap, and he pulls the card out, and he's like, ooh, you know, of course he does that, like, as all of us would do. Ooh, it's so cool, and look at the signature. And then he like slow rolls it to me. He's like, here, Dad, let's like look at it. Do. So here's the card. It is
Can I show it?
yeah, of course. Hold on. It is of Joey Cora, a 1990s guy. So again, perfect for me.
Not perfect for me.
Not perfect for him, but perfect for me in my collecting. He's definitely a Gen Xer, if you will. And so, oh yeah, you can tell him.
Okay. And it's a Joey. Oh, you already said it's a Joey Cora, but it's a
You just tell him.
Mariner.
Yeah, he's a Mariner. In this card, he's a Mariner on this card.
This is an on-card autograph.
On-card autograph of Joey Cora. Now, that probably doesn't get too many people's panties excited. But again, it's about the story and not about the card and the value or the lack of value or the just overall like excitement that would be bringing. Like if you pulled a Mickey Mantle.
He's only 5'7". He's your height.
Yeah, he's my height. Well, look at that.
And then also another thing is, if any of you bigger baseball collectors, like a Micah or whatever, if you know more about baseball cards than my dad, can you tell me if this is a 1 out of 1?
Yeah, he wants to know what the print run is of this card because it doesn't say on the card. So we all know that usually when it doesn't say on the card, it's probably a little bit higher print run. But what the actual print run is, I don't know. And I'm sure they're probably somewhere.
This get graded.
I could send it graded, but I don't know if it's going to be worth getting it graded when it's already in like mint condition. Like if it gets graded, it's just going to tell me what we already know. It's a 10.
Well, I want to do it.
Okay, well maybe we'll do it. Maybe I'll go to Nationals next year. We'll get it graded when I can just get it right then and there. But again, guys, this is the last one. This is the most recent one. This is the one that'll never leave my collection because of the significance behind it, the story behind it. So again, guys, thank you for sticking around and watching this video with me, or watching the video of me giving my 5 most important, memorable cards that have the most memories and just happiness for me. Thank you for my son Luca popping in. He has baseball today at the high school. Yeah, buddy. With his tag, we're gonna call him. Yeah. We're gonna call him Shoeless Tag Jackson. Says Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Except I have a tag, so how am I shoeless?
But you have no shoes on right now, and you have a tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there, boom. So, anyways, guys, check out Raphael Hidden Gem. I believe he's at almost 200 subs now as of this video. So give him a look at and so subscribe. He has one of the most passionate channels. Like he's super excited. He's like me. He's super excited about anybody. And I think that's what draws me to his channel because it could be some random 80s guy and he just like, man, that's awesome. And I think that's the stuff that I really appreciate about his channel. So anyways, Hidden Gem, Raphael, support him. If you don't, I'm going to drop the hammer on you.
I'm going to bite you.
And my son will bite you. That'll be scary. We don't want any legal issues. So anyways, take care, guys. Love each other, support each other, respect each other. Peace, love, and
hair grease.
Out.